Well, hey, friends, and welcome back to Live Coaching for Mompreneurs. Today's episode is one I've been wanting to record for a long time because it's something that I wish every high achieving woman, mother, understood long before she hits burnout, decision fatigue, or just having that feeling like I can't keep doing this moment. We're going to talk about support and more specifically, like the return on the investment of support, not the fluffy motivational kind, the real measurable life changing return that happens when a woman stops trying to hold everything together alone and finally gets the right support behind her. Because here's what I know after coaching hundreds of women: a supported woman is an unstoppable woman. An unsupported woman becomes an exhausted one. So let's dig right in. Welcome to the Life Coaching for Mompreneurs podcast, where you will learn simple solutions to win at work without losing at home. Hi, my name is Martine Williams, and I am your host and CEO, your Chief Encouragement Officer. And this podcast is your one-stop shop to creating a burnout-proof life and business by elevating your clarity, confidence, and courage. Friends, it's time to say goodbye to being the yes girl, to procrastinating on your goals and living in overwhelm. And it's time to say hello to creating healthy boundaries, healthy mindsets, and healthy habits so that you can achieve work-life harmony. Your next breakthrough starts here. This is the Life Coaching for Mompreneurs podcast. Let's do this. What I find is what a lot of women think support is, and specifically maybe around coaching or life coaching, is like this BFF, like someone just cheering them on, giving them encouragement, accountability, like a weekly pep talk, a place to vent. And yes, you get all of those things in coaching, but real support is the kind that actually changes your life. And it's so much deeper, because what I know to be true is that there's something that you want in your life right now or in your business right now that you don't have. And the difference is the behaviors that you're taking. And so whatever you don't have in your life and your business all comes down to your behavior. And so I come in, or a coach comes in, it helps you get on the right path so that you're thinking the right way or feeling the right things and then taking the right actions enough times for you to get the result. So support is a new way of thinking. It's a new way of feeling. It's a new way of acting and a new way of leading your life. Support is the bridge between the woman that you are today and the woman your goals require you to become. And that requires some change. And we resist change. We don't like change. I don't like change. This is just the human condition. This is why support is so important. And support is the thing that prevents you from drifting back into some of the same old patterns that have kept you stuck for years, that will keep you in the same results for 2026. Support is the catalyst. And I can tell you this because I have had a coach of some sort for almost 2 decades now. And I know I wouldn't be the entrepreneur, I wouldn't be the CEO, I wouldn't be the wife, the mom, the friend that I am today if I hadn't taken that seriously and invested in the support that I need. Support changes your capacity. It changes your confidence. It changes your identity. It changes your leadership. It changes your habits, your relationships, the energy that you bring into your home. And when you change, everything and everyone around you benefits. So the big ROI that my clients get that they never expect, because I will tell you that a lot of them come into the coaching thinking that they need one thing, and we end up coaching on so many other things. No woman joins coaching because she wants more ROI necessarily. She joins because she's drowning. She joins because she's stretched. She's joining because she's tired of managing everything alone. She's tired of being last on her list. She's tired of like doing the same thing over and over again and expecting to get a different result. But she's just tired of that lack of self-trust that we talked about last week. She's tired of creating the same results for herself. And she knows that there's something different, and she knows there's something else for her, but she's just not really sure on how to get there. So she just knows there has to be a different way, but she can't see it clearly. And then something happens inside coaching that I think she didn't really expect, that my clients didn't really expect. And the support starts paying her back in ways that she didn't see coming. So let me tell you exactly what I mean by that. Number one, the emotional ROI. Like she becomes steadier. A bad day doesn't become a bad week. She stops spiraling and starts leading herself. She becomes emotionally safe in her own body to feel the emotions that come with life, right? That come especially with entrepreneurship. That emotional steadiness is priceless. It's not that she doesn't ever have a bad day or that I don't ever have a bad day. It's just I know how to recover, to bounce back or grow through those hard times where it doesn't take me out completely. So that's the number one is emotional ROI. And a lot of clients don't realize that until they come into the coaching. Again, they come in thinking they want more time management. They come in thinking they want the next business strategy. But this is a big ROI they get when they come into coaching. The second one is mental ROI. This is where she stops fighting her own brain. I just had this with a client that I was working with today who is starting her own business. And we talked through like what her brain is offering her right now and the confusion that it's creating and how she's been on board with that. And what does it look like to challenge your thoughts so that you stop fighting your own brain and you stop believing every thought that it offers up and you stop beating yourself up, right? And that you start thinking in ways that actually move you forward. That mental clarity pays her back every single day. That mental clarity that my client got today is going to pay her back every single day because now she sees it. She sees, we were talking about uncertainty. And when you're in entrepreneurship, there's a lot of uncertainty, right? Until you start going out there and marketing your offer and marketing your business and really kind of making offers to people. There's a lot of uncertainty and you have to be willing to hold it. And I told her today, I said, this is where people stop. This is where people quit entrepreneurship. So that mental ROI is really huge when it comes to entrepreneurship, but it's also in motherhood. I mean, how many times do you believe every thought that your brain offers up to you about being an awful mom, right? Or the guilt that comes along with that and all of those thoughts. So the mental clarity that you get in coaching is a huge ROI. Hey friend, let's talk. It's time to book your clarity call. We are going to spend 1 full hour focused on you. A clarity call isn't about pressure. It's about possibilities. It's about you. You having a space to talk through what's on your heart and mind, you walking away with a clear vision and practical next steps, and you feeling confident in what's next and how to get there. You don't need to have it all figured out. That's my job. All you need to do is show up and we'll figure it out together. This is the best hour you can invest in yourself right now. Not in 6 months from now, not next month, right now. And don't just take my word for it. Here's what one of my coaching clients had to say after working together.
Working with Martine helped my confidence in starting and growing a new business. I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but I wasn't quite sure how to accomplish it. Martine helped me work through my ideas based on the results of my ProScan, and having weekly calls really helped me stay focused and working toward my goal. I highly recommend working with Martine for those who want to grow their business or who are just getting started. Having that focused time to work and work together is priceless.
That transformation, it starts with one conversation. It's time to stop spinning your wheels and start making real progress. So head right now to martinewilliams.com or in the show notes and grab your private clarity call spot on my calendar before they're gone. And since I personally monitor my inbox, if you don't see a time slot that fits your calendar, just send me an email at martinewilliams.com with 3 times that do work, and I will make it work for you. All right, friend, let's get back to the show. The third one is time ROI. This is where you stop wasting hours overthinking, procrastinating, and redoing things. How much time do you spend thinking about doing the thing versus just doing the thing? And the reason that we don't, I always tell my clients, procrastination is a form of protection. You're protecting yourself from feeling something you don't want to feel. You don't want to feel like a newbie. You don't want to feel like a failure. You don't want to feel like, what are people going to think of me when I put this out there? Like there's something that you're protecting yourself from when you're procrastinating. And so when you learn to work through that and you learn your tendencies to overthink and procrastinate and where that the root cause of that and where it comes from, it gives you time back because you're no longer in that spiral. This is where you create rhythms that match your season because now you know what the most important things are for you right now in your family in this season. And what do you need right now? What does your business need right now? You get more done with less chaos. So the time ROI compounds over and over and over again because you get time back. I always tell people that one of the questions I get asked is, what is the commitment? Especially this time of year. And if you're thinking about coming into coaching, and you're like, oh, I'll wait until January because it's just a busy season. Like, this is the reason that you need coaching, is to create that margin, create that space and that time. It's literally 45 minutes once a week. If you can't create 45 minutes once a week for yourself, this is something to think about. This is something to like, okay, what's going on here that I can't create 45 minutes for myself to get on a coaching call? So the time ROI just compounds. And the fourth return is the capacity. And we've been talking about that a lot over the last few weeks, but this allows you to expand your internal bandwidth so you don't break when life gets full. You all know I've been going through a lot in the last 5 or 6 months. And honestly, if you've been here from the beginning, it's been a lot since I retired from 31. And this capacity and me actively doing the work to grow my capacity has allowed me to bend and not break. It's allowed me to hold my business and hold my clients and hold grief at the same time. It's allowed me to come back into my business the way that I have, probably sooner than most people thought, because I understand what gives me energy and what my capacity is. And I also know how to grow it in a really, really healthy way that doesn't involve hustle. So just imagine you being able to expand your internal bandwidth, expand your capacities. Imagine like finally understanding your energy and your wiring and what drains you. Again, this all helps to build your capacity when you understand by looking at your unique personality blueprint, what is your capacity naturally and how can we expand that in a really healthy way. That capacity changes how she lives. It changes how you live. It changes how you operate. It changes how you approach your goals and how you accomplish what you want to accomplish. And the fifth ROI is your identity. This is where you learn to stop performing and start leading. This is where you see yourself so differently as the woman that it's going to require to reach your goals. It's always the who before the how. Most of us try to get into the how, especially if you're a very action-oriented person. You want to get into the how and you want to get into action right away, but it's the who. And I want to give you an example of this. So if you think about a marathon runner, they run because that's who they identify as. They're a runner. They would call themselves a runner, right? And so it's just a natural thing they do. They just run. If you were someone who is someone who takes her health serious, and that's the identity that you are a healthy person, then of course your actions are going to follow that identity that I am a healthy person or I am someone who takes my health serious. So it's the identity piece to work on to become the person that your dreams require so that you see yourself differently. So then you behave differently because you're also thinking differently. So identity ROI is really everything. And that's where we start in my coaching with the Pro Scan and helping you to really see who you are naturally, how you naturally operate, like all of those strengths that you have. And then also to see how you can stretch and adapt in those personality traits to become the woman that your dreams require right now. Because in different seasons and different goals, it does require change. It requires you to maybe make an adjustment and understanding how to do that in a really healthy way that doesn't dishonor your capacity or dishonor your priorities or dishonor your energy is a really important thing. And most people don't know that piece because they don't have the information in front of them that they can get, like I share with the Pro Scan. So identity ROI is everything. And then the last one is your relationship ROI, relationship with yourself, relationship with your family, relationship with your coworkers, relationship with just any relationship that you have, you're going to show up calmer. You're going to show up clearer. You're going to show up more grounded. You're going to show up less resentful, more present, more patient, more yourself than you've felt in a really long time. And everyone in your life and in my life feels the impact of that kind of support, including you, including me. I can't tell you what it felt like yesterday when I was really vulnerable and honest with my mastermind about how I was feeling and everything that I have been going through. And at one moment, I'm so proud of all that I have accomplished in 2025 with everything that has gone on. And yet there's also in my mind more that I want to do before the end of the year. And just having that support in that room for them to hear all of the emotions, see all of the tears, and also just see that like resilience. It was something that I just can't explain. I want everyone to experience. And that's what you get. Like, imagine every week knowing that someone's got your back. Every week, someone is going to be with you in the work, not just the work on your business, not just the work on strategy and processes. We do that too, but the work on you so you can become the woman that's required to create the life and business that you're looking for, right? We want to align what we say we want with the behaviors. That's the only difference between where you are now and where you want to be is your behaviors. And so being able to get those on the same page, on the right path, is what brings a different result. Quick pause. If you've been listening and you're ready to stop performing your life and start leading it, if you know you're ready to feel better now, not later, and you're ready for support that actually creates sustainable transformation, I have private one-on-one coaching spots open. And inside this coaching, in Illuminate You Coaching, we don't guess. We use your unique personality blueprint built from the science-backed personality and performance tool called the ProScan, the one you've heard me talk about here in the podcast. This is used so that every decision, every boundary, every shift is designed specifically around your wiring, not someone else's. This is my aligned success method. It's not hacks. It's not try harder. It's not mindset glitter. It's a real solution. It's rooted in science, strategy, and your unique design. So you can lead your life as the woman you actually are, not the woman others expect you to be. You don't need a new year to make a new decision, friend. Now is the time. Take the step. Book your clarity call at martinewilliams.com/clarity. All right, back to the episode. So, a little truth about doing this alone. Most of us don't want to admit that we're tired. We don't want to admit that we're overwhelmed. We believe that we're doing the best we can, but it's costing us. And secretly, we are wishing someone would come take care of us for once, or we are wishing that someone would come in and rescue us, right? But then our brains kind of do our brain thing and it creeps in. It's like, nope, but you should be able to figure this out on your own. It's not that bad. I can't tell you how many times I've said that to myself. It's not that bad. She's got it worse. And I would discredit my need for support. Or I'll start after the holidays, or I don't want to spend money on myself. I can push through. That's another one my brain likes to offer me all the time. Even like right now in this moment I have where my brain's like, keep going. And my body's like, we might want to stop. These thoughts feel responsible to say all those things. They feel very responsible, but they're actually what keep you and I stuck. Because the truth is you can't get new results with old patterns. You can't break patterns that you can't see. You have blind spots. I have blind spots. And that's where support comes in. That's where coaching comes in and can help you to see what you can't see and to help you to rewire and create new patterns, new behaviors. This part really matters. And December exposes, like if you think about the time of year that we're in right now, it's probably exposing a lot of your patterns more clearly than any other month. The overgiving, the overspending, the overscheduling, the overfunctioning, the people pleasing, the performing, the putting yourself last, the pouring out until you're empty, managing everyone else's emotions around that dinner table, carrying the mental load, shrinking your needs. Like all of this is there, y'all. It's there. And December usually is what brings it to the surface. And that's a really good thing. Like we want to see our patterns so that we can make different choices. And you always have a choice. Like if you can learn to lead yourself now and see these patterns now during this month when everything kind of pulls you away from yourself, you become unstoppable in January. And that's the ROI of support in real time. This is why I say January is not a magic portal, a magic portal. You could start doing this now, getting this support now. So inside Illuminate You coaching, here's what I give you: weekly support, weekly recalibration, weekly pattern shifts, weekly clarity, weekly emotional strengthening, weekly wins, even the small ones. We talk about strategy and process if you have a business or you're wanting to start a business. But support isn't just about cheering. Y'all know I'm an encourager. You're definitely going to get that. But it's really about creating the transformation. And every client that I work with, it's just amazing. And I tell them, go back and watch the very first session that we had and then watch this one. It's incredible, the transformation that happens. It's about building the woman who doesn't break under pressure, doesn't abandon herself. She doesn't disappear when life gets hard. She doesn't chase exhaustion and call it strength. She doesn't perform her life. She leads it clearly, calmly, and confidently. So if you've ever asked, like, what's the return on the investment in coaching, or will it be worth it? Is it worth it to you to have those things? The things that I just talked about? Is it worth it to you? What is it costing you now to not have those things? That's the payoff. That's the power of having real support. So if this is resonating with you, or if something in you is saying like, I am tired of doing this alone. I'm tired of trying to get this business off the ground and I'm doing it by myself and I'm YouTubing and I'm chat GPTing and I'm doing all those things. I'm just tired of doing this alone. I'm ready for the support that actually supports me. Or if it's specific to other goals that you have, or you just want to feel better. I think we discredit like just feeling better. You just want to feel better. You want to be better, and you've been trying on your own. And I firmly believe, because I know you, you're a high achiever. If you could have done it alone, you would have already done it. You just don't have the right tools yet. Yet. And that's the key word, yet. Everything you see that I have or that I'm able to do is because of coaching. It's because I've invested. It's because I do the work. And I do it over and over and over and over again. And it's way more fun to do that work and luxurious when you have a partner, when you have someone who has your back. So if this is resonating with you, your next step is to book a clarity call. I talk about this on every single one of my podcast episodes because it is your next step. Even if you don't want to move forward with the coaching, there's so much value on getting on this clarity call and just getting really clear on where you are, why you're where you are, because 9 times out of 10, what you think the problem is, it's not actual problem. And what you think the solution is, it's not actually the solution. So we get on this call and we talk about it and we get really clear on that. And then we get really clear on, okay, what is it going to take for me to get what I want? And we talk about it very clearly. It's no pressure. It's no push, just a conversation about who you're becoming and what support would look like along that journey. Because you deserve support that lifts you. Not support that looks good on the outside but leaves you carrying everything on your own. Like, you deserve to have support that lifts you. And I'm believing in you always. And I can't wait to connect with you on your clarity call. So go to martinewilliams.com/clarity. And if you're not on my email list, go to martinewilliams.com, get on the glow up list, because I have one last virtual opportunity that's coming up. And I'm not ready to give you the link to that. But if you're on my email list, you'll be the first to know. So go to martinewilliams.com and get up on get up on this. Sorry, my brain has made up the lyrics, but get on that glow up list. All right, I'll catch you on the next episode. Well, that's a wrap, friends. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. I really hope it met you right where you are and gave you some encouragement for your day. Could you do me the biggest favor and leave me a rating and review? Seriously, it's the best way for you to support the show. And while you're there, be sure to follow the show so you never miss an episode. Thanks again. And until next time, I am believing in you always.